Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Nonstop Talking with your girl here, Vivian Liu. Today I'm back at my parents' place to do a quick book unhaul. When I moved out, there were quite a few books that I wanted to get rid of during the move, and I wanted to film a book unhaul, but I haven't had time, and they've just been collecting dust at my parents' place. Sorry. And now my sister has just like taken over the side of the room with all of her stuff. So I apologize for her mess, but it's not mine and there's nothing I can do about it. I was gonna film this on my regular camera, but I forgot to bring an SD card because I'm stupid. So I'm filming it on my phone. But I mean, it looks pretty good from here. So let's go over the books that I will be unhauling this time around. So first, I have You Have a Match. This is actually a really recent read and I just put it in the unhaul pile. I like brought it back to film. I read this and I thought it was just okay. I don't ever see myself rereading it or ever wanting to pick it up again, so maybe I'll go to someone who will enjoy it more than I did. Next we have The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Han. Same thing, read it, thought it was okay, don't really ever plan on picking it up again. I do love the red. It is like a Christmas book, so it's very pretty, but I do also dislike the deco pages. I didn't read the physical version, I listened to the audiobook. I don't know why I'm giving you so much detail. So yeah, pretty much wasn't like in love, don't ever see myself picking it up again, so to a new home it goes. Next we have Heartstopper Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. I'm not getting rid of this because I don't like it, I love it, but I didn't remember that back then I bought the first 3 volumes on Book Depository, so I have the UK editions. I went and pre-ordered this on Amazon, I think. Yes, Amazon. And when I got this in the mail and it was the US version, it didn't hit me then. I don't know. It wasn't until like I was organizing my bookshelves that I realized, wait, this is a different height. Series need to be the same height or else it like bothers me too much. I hate when series like don't, whatever. But yeah, so I was like, why are you a different height? And then I found out this is the US version. And I've already passed the window to return it. So now I'm unhauling it instead. And yeah, I've already rectified my mistake. I bought the 4th volume from Book Depository. So now I have them all the same height, same publisher, and it looks great. Next, we have Asking for It. Honestly, I thought this would be a lot better than I like. The way this book was like hyped and talked about, I really thought it would be like up my alley. I would love it. It'd be like super hard hitting, and I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it as much as I thought I would, and hopefully someone else new will love it or feel it more than I did while reading it. Next we have Wild Bird. I love this author's other book, Flipped. Flipped was super good. Read it as a kid or preteen, loved it. Reread it as an adult, still loved it. Saw the movie, it all around great stuff. So I always thought like, why did I never read more from this author? So I saw this in Book Outlet, got it, read it, and wasn't a huge fan. It was not my cup of tea in a way, so onto a new home it goes. Next we have Archer's Voice. I think I went into this with the wrong expectations. I was expecting like a hard-hitting soft fest, there's like a hair right here, soft fest kind of love story, but it didn't really give me the feels that I truly wanted from it. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I thought it would be. So it was kind of like middle of the road, 3.5. And I would never reread it or pick it up again. I love blue. Blue's my favorite color. So it is a pretty book in my opinion. But I don't need it on my shelf. Next, I have Her Royal Highness. I wanted to buy this in paperback to match my other book that is in paperback because series needs to go together. And I was buying this on Abe Books, and I think this might be like the second purchase, maybe third, maybe I was that crazy. And every time I would look and see, and it would say, except maybe the first time, that yeah, like it said that it was a paperback, but then it would get here and it's a hardcover. So then I just caved and I bought it new, even though I was hoping to just get it used. But whatever, that's life. Now I do have the paperback of Her Royal Highness, and Prince Charming. I think that's the first one, previously titled Royals, or Royal, I can't remember. But yeah, so I don't need this as the page filler anymore since I have the paperback version, which is the one I want. Next, we have Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Interestingly, fun fact, I think this is my first ever John Green book. I wasn't reading during like the time of his rise, and when I got back into reading, I think this was like his the newly published book, and I was like, let's start with this. And wasn't feeling the main character, wasn't feeling most of the characters, and I'm someone like, if there's no like character for me to support, I kind of fall off with the story, and I felt like that's what happened with this. With that being said, let me move some books over so I can show you the next book I'm gonna unhaul that's like in the same vein. So here I have An Abundance of Catherines. I got this used, so this is great. I didn't buy it new, hence the wear and tear. Now I'm trying to wonder for sure. No, for sure Turtles All the Way Down was the first. So this is the second John Green book in my life. Wasn't like a huge fan. Once again, I feel like that's like the running excuse or reason. So don't need it on my shelf. I got it used, someone else will get it used, so it'll let the cycle continue. Next, this might hurt some people. I have They Both Die at the End. I know this like blew up on Book Talk, and everyone was like, it's so sad, it's so sad. And a sequel's coming out. I will probably pick up the sequel, probably, but my biggest problem was that like everyone kept saying it was gonna be super sad, and it was sad, but it wasn't super sad. Like I was ready to cry, to sob, to feel all those feels, and I don't think the book truly brought me there. And so I was like slightly disappointed by that, and I don't feel like it's all entirely the book's fault. I think I just got overhyped by Book Talk, but that's how I feel when I look at this. And so I've been keeping this on my shelf for a while now because I didn't dislike it. And once again, blue is my favorite color, and this is actually really pretty, but during like the move time, I really like sat down and thought about it, and I was like, no, it needs to go to a new home. Next, I have The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. I actually unhauled my Twilight books, and then I regretted it. And I bought them again used. And for whatever reason, I bought some of them I found on Book Off. Some of them I found online. And this is the one that came that was online. And it doesn't have a dust jacket. It doesn't have a dust jacket. All my other books have dust jackets. So this is unacceptable. Unacceptable. So we will not be keeping this. Next, I got this from the Buy Nothing group that I am in on Facebook. I actually picked up the audiobook and thought it was just okay. Don't need to keep it. On to the new home it goes. Next, we have Shug by Jenny Han. I would like for Jenny Han to write new books, but that's not happening. So I went and read her other books. I guess like, what's it called? Reading her backlisted books. And this was just too middle grade for me. I think I've just grown out of reading books like this. So it was okay, but it definitely wasn't for me. So hopefully it goes to someone that's for them. Next, I have Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow. As you can tell, I have not read this. But I don't like the version that I got with this weird... I just don't like this edition, and then I bought it in a box set now, so I have rectified that. So I don't need this version anymore, and I will get to this eventually. Next, I have Persuasion. I bought Pride and Prejudice in this version at Costco, and then I got this from Book Outlet, and it's kind of like dirty in the back, and it's a different... I can't remember why it was different, but it was different, and I was just making stuff up here, so I just removed the audio. And that really irked me, because I was like, why do they not match? Is it a different height? Or I don't know. There was... I don't have it here. I have it over there. There was something that was different from this one, from the one that I got from Costco, and I was like so excited. I'm like, oh, I'm like slowly collecting this in this set, and then this happened, and I'm like, no, I don't want you. You do not fit, and away it goes. Next, we have Eliza and Her Monsters. I liked the book when I first read it. I remember there was like, I would have to like read my review of it again, but I do remember something happening either at the conclusion or like towards the conclusion that I didn't necessarily agree with, but overall it didn't ruin the experience of this book. But that's always been something to this day that still nags me about this book and this story. And when I was, you know, clearing up the shelves to see which books I was going to take with me, I looked at this and I was like, you know what? You've been nagging at me for long enough that it's time to just let you go. Next, we have Talking as Fast as I Can. So this is the autobiography from Lauren Graham, who was in Gilmore Girls, one of my all-time favorite shows if I exclude the last season and the revival. If you know, you know, especially the revival. But I don't know. I don't remember much of this. I don't really remember what it talked about. Like, looking at it, I just didn't have any feelings or recollections or anything like going through my head telling me like, yeah, I should probably keep this for a reason. So yeah, there was no ties, so I don't need it. Now, these two books, they should have been in my previous unhaul, but they were, I don't know why, like as I was grabbing books, I didn't grab these two. Like, they were there. So that's why I haven't unhauled them, because I was like, I need to tell you. So I have How I Resist and Because I Was a Girl. I read these back to back. And I forgot which one of them was like super like geared towards like young kids. And I'm just like, oh my God. No, like it's too middle grade. And then the other one, I think How I Resist is probably one of them like kept pushing one like political mindset, and no, it was How I Resist. Yeah, and it just kept pushing a certain mindset, and I just was like tired of reading it. So I didn't finish it. I think so. I didn't finish How I Resist, but did I finish because I was a girl? I think I did. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. I might not finish either of them. But one of them was because it was like definitely geared towards younger readers, like way young readers. And it lost me. And then the other one was just like repetitive, obviously pushing one side of, I don't know. It was hard to explain because it's been a while. Next, I have The Night Tiger. I wanted to love this. Once again, blue. And I do love like the color. She looks so pretty. She gives me like those like Shanghai, like, is it like 1920s like drama vibes? I feel like this book was talked about too highly or praised too much, that at the end I felt like it didn't deliver all the things that it said it was. Like the way it's praised, I don't think it matched up. So my expectations weren't met, and I just felt like oh wow, I would need to like revisit my review again, but I don't think I was satisfied with the conclusion as well. I don't truly remember, but I'm like, those are like the vibes I'm recalling right now looking at it. Next, we have Frankly in Love. I did not love this. I would say that I dislike it, which is interesting because I feel like most times I just think meh, but this was below meh. But I kept it for longer than I should have because I liked the sprayed edges and I love the bright color contrast. But like the more I think about it, the more I think, do I really think this cover is pretty? Like it's cool to touch, but do I think it's pretty? No, it's okay. Do I think I really need to keep it because the sprayed edges are pretty? No, I didn't love this book. Why, Vivian? Don't keep books that you don't love. That's that. Next, I have two books by the same author. This is The Bride Test, which is the second book in the Kissing Quotient series. Is it called the Kissing Quotient series? I don't know. And then this is the third book in the series, The Heart Principle. Oh man, I was looking forward to this so much. So I loved the Kissing Quotient, and I'm keeping that book, okay? But did I love these two? This one, I thought, this one wasn't my vibe. I was just like, I wasn't really feeling the couple. I wasn't really feeling the way they met, they fell in love and all that stuff. Like, but I was going to keep it around because series needs to stick together, especially series that I completed. And I was like waiting for this and was like looking forward to the day it would finally be released, because this was the cousin I wanted to see in the second book. So we finally get to see Quan, and Quan, this is not Quan's book, which is fine. This is Anna's book, but this is also not a romance novel. Like everything that this book, like the marketing team did this book so dirty in a way. I mean, I have so many feelings, and I talked about it with one of my like friends that reads a lot of romance novels, Sally, because we're both like highly anticipating it, and I think she was like okay with this, or she might have liked it, I don't remember. But I remember just telling her like all the thoughts I had about this, and I was like, this was marketed completely wrong. This should have been a part of a romance series. This, oh man. And then like it, like, you know, they were just sitting together with the Kissing Quotient, and the more I looked at this, the more I was like, you know what, truly I only like the Kissing Quotient, and I'm keeping these two because of my feelings for the first book. But this one I was like, you know, and this one I was like, And then I'm like, you know what? If this one needs to go, this one should accompany and go with it. Okay, next I have Dear Justice by Nick Stone. Dear Martin is better in my opinion. But the problem is that Dear Martin has a dust jacket. Dear Justice, you are a hardcover, but do not have a dust jacket. Why? Why are you different from your brother? Why are you different from the first book? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And I don't know if I would rebuy it, but only time will tell. It's like wobbling a little bit, so it's kind of scaring me, but it should be okay. Next, I have The Underground Railroad. I actually heard about this book in a podcast years ago, and the person was like praising it to the moon and back. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna read it one day. And it's been sitting on my bookshelf for so long, and once a book hits a certain amount of years, it's been on my physical TBR, I push myself to either read it or get rid of it, unless it has sentimental value, which is a lot of times why I reason not to get rid of books. But this one, I did finally was like, read it or get rid of it. And I chose to read the audiobook. And maybe I'm just stupid, but this did not compute in my head at all. I was like, this is fantasy Underground Railroad? This is a make-believe, different kind of fake Underground Railroad? Like, what's going on? I am a dumb person. I am stupid. I'm asinine. I'm all that great stuff. And I'm putting this on me for not understanding, because obviously it's a Pulitzer Prize winner. We got Barack Obama blurb in it, and like I said, the podcast that I listened to like years ago was praising it. Like, so this is me, and I'm sorry, but when I see you, I feel stupid. So I don't need you around anymore reminding me that I is stupid. Okay, I'm gonna start a new tower over this way. Next I have Not That Bad. I like Roxane Gay. I've read a few of her stuff now. I've never felt the need to keep her stuff. I just feel like I've read it and now it can go to someone that wants to be educated. And I have a coworker who started a lending library mainly focused on BIPOC writers. So I'm gonna ask him if he wants this book, and I will be donating it to his lending library. And in addition, I pulled 2 more books, and then I'm gonna look through this tower and then pick up more books, and then take a picture and send it to him to see which ones he wants. But what was I saying? Yeah, so this is another one of the books that I picked out that I would like to donate to them if they want it. And it's I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness. I actually let my boyfriend's sister borrow this because I thought it was that good, and I've been like pushing it onto my friends because I think it talked about a lot of things that I didn't know about. So it was like a learning experience for me. And it, like, from the name Austin Channing Brown, I don't know why I said that so slowly. You can't tell she's, is there a picture? Yes, there's a picture. Her. And it kind of talks about like how deliberately her parents picked that name so people wouldn't think her. And yeah, there's that. I don't think I'm explaining it right. Next, I have The Surprising Power of a Good Dumpling. It follows a teenager who is Chinese Australian, and I've never read a story that follows a Chinese Australian, and she's also a Cantonese speaker. and I speak Cantonese, so I felt very seen. And it also talks about like mental health. So honestly, I just felt like I've never seen a book like this exist before. So I would love to be able to give it to that lending library and have kids feel seen in a way. So I really did like this. There were some things I didn't like in the writing, but that's just me being old and picky and jaded and brutal, but I feel like someone else who is more chill would be able to appreciate it even more than I did, and I appreciated this. So yes, those are the books I am unhauling. I feel like I definitely need to like go through my shelves here at my parents' place and then my shelves now at the apartment, just to make sure like this is the setup I want. This is the setup I like for now, truly. Let's count how many books I am unhauling this time around. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So we have total 28 books. That's very little. I feel like whenever I unhaul, I usually have more books to get rid of because I buy books in bulk, and whenever I'm lonely I just do a big bulk book purchase. Too much alliteration. So yeah, I feel like there should be more that should be added into this pile, but it's too hot and I'm too lazy, and we're just gonna go with that for now. So you might be getting an unhaul video again soon, because I did buy a lot. I haven't been reading that much, so that might be the reason. I'm rambling. Let's stop this shit. So outro time. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in my next video whenever that is. Bye.